Every Friday, there's a different opponent, a different challenge, and a different story. A football season is a collection of just that. Tonight, you get the final chapter of a truly historic team. From the ones who can tell it the best, the 2021 Leeds Greenwave. The first Leeds team since 2015 to win 10 games, and only the 9th Leeds team to do so. This team made winning look easy, but it didn't start that way.
In game one, we get down 14-0 right off the bat. Seemed like less than 3 minutes went by in the game, and we're down 14-0.
Got down 14-0, scored on the first play. It was kind of embarrassing, you know. But I think what we did so well was we were able to calm down and just control ourselves and play our game throughout the game and trust in each other that at the end of the day, when the clock hit 0, that we were going to win the game.
And the Greenwave did just that, holding Sylacauga to a second half shutout and scoring 26 unanswered points to go on to win the game 40-20. The light show made its debut, and the Greenwave hit the road 1-0.
In game 2, we go to Pell City, road trip, versus a tough 6A football team. Expected Pell City to be much improved, and they were indeed. Had some tough spots about them on their team, but man, what a show by our defense. A shutout, 17-0 victory.
To get a shutout, it takes a team effort. I think that even though we had guys that played great games that game, probably double-digit tackles, you know, I think Makai had to pick, but like even then, it's a team effort. So even if like, let's say I got 2 tackles that game, Christian had 3 tackles, but like it takes a group to get a shutout. It doesn't just take a couple, you know, highlight plays.
The defense kept points off the board, but it was a big special teams play that stole the show in Pell City.
The fake punt, I was on the field, coach called it. I knew it was going to work because CJ is a great athlete and Coach Hood is a great coach. And I don't think they knew it was coming. I told them that, I told the team, I told Pell City that I bet y'all won't return it back. So they was waiting for the return. Little did they know we hit the fake punt. I looked down the field, CJ's gone. So all we gave him was a good block and a big hole to run. He made something happen.
You know, he gives me the call from the sideline for the fake punt right before halftime. And, you know, it was a cutback lane and it was wide open. I kind of knew that I was going to score if I just kept it tight and eventually bounced out to the sideline, that I'd outrun his angle. But the excitement was amazing because I felt like that play right there killed their momentum of any chance scoring before halftime.
They didn't score before halftime or after. The Greenwave shut out Pell City 17-0. Week 3 brought a massive road test against a talented Lincoln team that became an instant classic.
Well, pre-game, I think everybody didn't know how to feel. We didn't really know them as a team. How are they? It was, are we good enough to beat this team? It was quiet. Nobody was, you know, it wasn't how we were against Pell City or Sylacauga. It was, everybody was nervous and you could tell. And I think that's what really set us back that game.
We're playing a very talented football team. You know, they have great athletes at Lincoln, and that was a struggle for us in the game. We just kept hanging in there, kept fighting. Those are the kind of games that championship type teams win, when it didn't all go great all through the game and you just find a way to win.
2 Tanner Chambers interceptions and a Douglas Brothers blocked field goal helped give Leeds exactly what it needed to win the game: the ball.
Somehow, at the end of the game, we end up with the ball. There's only 24 seconds left in the game. We're down on the 3-yard line. All the fans from Leeds are screaming for me to take a timeout. We line up in a special package, and Demetrius Yelverton goes under center, sneaks in the end zone. We win 19-13.
Most people would think it would be chaotic on the field, but it was like the most calm any other play would be, because if you start getting too high and getting your head big because you're right there on the goal line, they're going to stuff you in the backfield. And we just focused on our assignments and won the game.
This is the first time we ran cheese in the game, the first time. I'm understanding, this is my first time understanding. I never played quarterback before, never. So I'm just like, we got to get it in, we got to. And see me, I never took a snap from Barty. It's kind of hard, but in my head, I'm just like, don't drop it, don't drop it. I didn't drop it, skull. Look straight at Jacob Robbins. Knew he had the camera in his hand. Game, that's game, I told him it's game, just like that.
The Greenwave went to 3-0 and headed home to prepare for crosstown rival and undefeated Moody.
Especially it was a game of the week. You know, TV's gonna be there. Big crowds, big high expectations.
It was a great atmosphere. Some told me that's the biggest crowd they've ever seen at our stadium.
So I just knew it was gonna be one of those games where you gotta show up.
We ran the ball 52 times for 366 yards, and that just further enhanced our identity, that we got a really good running back, got some good offensive linemen.
Running the ball to an offense is everything. That means you control the whole game.
Us controlling the ball had an effect on their defense, stopping us, and did not allow their offense on the field, which it helped our defense. I was really proud of the kids that they just said, you're here, we're here, and we're gonna hit you right in the mouth.
It was great, you know, packed out stadium, it was great. You know, you can't get any better than this playing your rival across the street. So, you know, it was just full of emotion.
And they kept rolling. Over the next 2 weeks, the Greenwave scored 71 points and held opponents to just 13, picking up wins against Hayden and West Morgan.
Week 7 comes on us and we're playing a really good football team, really athletic team in Center Point. Our defense shuts out a team that's averaging 40, 50 points a game at their place with their referees. It was an amazing performance.
So we knew that we not only had to kind of balance, but we had to build a fence too. And that was probably one of the biggest things that we chimed in on.
The Greenwave played tough, and their fence held strong, holding an explosive Center Point offense scoreless.
I had to go defense a lot that game, and when the first play I got in, I had got an interception on that one. But I don't know if we just shut them out. We were just all playing good, we were doing good, doing our jobs.
I feel like with the Leeds defense, like we always, even though we knew like what we were always capable of, we always had chip on our shoulder. So we took that into our own hands, and any shutout we had, every team that we played, we tried to shut out. But that Center Point game, we definitely came together more than any game I think of the year, and we really came together as a group and probably played our best ball that game.
Playing good continued over the next 2 weeks as the Greenwave rolled over St. Clair County on the road and celebrated a senior night victory at home versus Corner.
2019, we were 2-8, and this bunch of kids, the kids that are seniors now, a lot of them got to play, and they stuck with it. They believed in the message we were giving them. They believed in the work that we did each and every day, and they knew greatness would catch them at some point. And we talk about it all the time. Greatness will catch you, but you better be ready. Don't let it pass you by. And they did. They believed it.
Belief and hard work led the Greenwave to where they were. For the second year in a row, they had the opportunity to play for the region championship.
So we go into week 10 playing Alexandria once again for the region championship. Obviously, they're a great football team, and we completely lay an egg.
We kind of felt, in a way, embarrassed, and we felt like that was not us. The whole game was just, doesn't really speak to how we play here at Leeds. And so it was just a little bit of adversity, and we knew that that game, you know, we could just we could either take it as a blow and kind of, you know, hold our heads a little low and take it as like a dang, like questioning our identity as a team, or we could take it as a, okay, we got our butt kicked, but how can we respond? And I feel like we responded pretty well. We took that as like something that we would never forget the rest of the season. Even though it wasn't a great game, we still had to, you know, take that with us.
This bunch was fired up about playing the next game, getting into the state tournament, and proving what we were about.
The Greenwave responded with a strong performance in round one, getting a spark from two huge defensive touchdowns from Kavion Henderson and Jonathan Douglas.
When I seen the ball on the ground, I was tired, so I didn't know whether to follow it or run, but I knew if we scored, it would be big, so I picked it up. I ran, I had the ball in one hand, which Coach Hood got on to me about that. He thought I was holding like Walter Payton, but I'll just get past the guy that was behind me and run it in for the touchdown, celebrated with my teammates.
The league game was our redemption for Alexandria. It was our redemption. And going through the play of my pick, I knew they had kept throwing the out route the whole game. And I was like, man, I know I can get it. He giving one look, and I know I can get it to it. So I was like, right before the play started, it was cold. Cold ain't really my thing, but I had to play, so I was playing my heart out, and I knew he was finna throw the pick, he was finna throw the out route. So I jumped the out route, took the pick, and I was like 20 yards from the end zone, and I ran as fast as I could, and I just didn't start running. I didn't know what to do. I never scored a touchdown like that, so that was like cool to me. I was like, this is amazing.
Leeds rolled over Lee of Huntsville 41-22 and advanced to the second round of the AHSAA 5A state playoffs.
So we go into round two and play, one of the top two teams in the state of Alabama, Pleasant Grove, that particular year, and they are more athletic than us. They're big and they're fast, and it was interesting to me to see how our kids would compete against that level team, because that's where we're headed, and they did phenomenal.
The Greenwave fought hard, but eventually fell short. The 2021 Leeds Greenwave finished the season 10-2, becoming only the 9th team in school history with 10 wins.
It just hit me, like just a wave rushed over me, like that was my last time ever playing high school football. It hurts, I still think about it today.
It really hit me that Saturday morning, but on that Friday when the clock hit 0, it was just like, it was surreal to me, because like, it was my last game, my last time putting on that jersey, but it wasn't my last time playing football.
Well, at the end of the Pleasant Grove game, when it was all done, I just looked back and I was proud that I got to wear the Leeds across my chest.
Before, I wasn't like all like into sports. I was into sports, but I ain't like really making my main thing to do. But when I came to Leeds, and then I got into high school, and I started playing football, and I got closer with the players, and everybody had different energy and vibes.
So my mother sat down with me, we came to Leeds, and then I was like, wow, I had came to like a football game. It wasn't the best, but y'all fought, like, it was like a game that was real close. I was like, man, I might have to join. So I ended up joining the team, and I stayed.
I was like, dang, it's over. Like 4 years. I've played, and they were the best experience of my life. Like, people take playing football for granted, and it's not nothing to take for granted. You play the last play.
Well, to be a part of this team means to me like family is the most part. Getting to know everybody, getting closer to everybody on the team just meant a lot to me personally. Just getting to know everybody and talking, and then going out on the field and playing Friday nights and kicking butt.
It means, it's just an opportunity, to do something great for yourself, and, just being out on the field it just gives you great confidence in yourself that you can do anything you believe in yourself,
Playing Leeds football really means a lot to me. It's a group of guys that I call my family. All the coaches, even on the hard days when the coach be screaming at us, we gotta run. I don't think it's nothing that I would trade for that experience ever.
To play for Leeds, to me, it means a lot, because knowing I grew up in Leeds and coming to the games and watching all the guys play, and just knowing that I wanted that to be me one day, and knowing that is me, and that people look up to me mean a lot, because I gotta set an example for people, and you just gotta do the right thing and be a team.
When I first started playing football, I was in kindergarten, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever that we get to wear the same helmets as the high school football team. And I'd go there on Friday nights, and I'd be like, one day, I'm going to play there. And being able to play here and getting it out of the hole that we were in is unimaginable.
At some point, every story must end. But that doesn't mean that you forget. In fact, remembering is the most important part. Forever, these young men will tell of hard hits, big runs, and sideline laughter. The time will pass, but the story of this season will be told from memory forever.